Okay, so this is the quiz for what is it? 2.2, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be 2.2. So we start with question 1. Negative 6x squared y. I'll just take it to another page so you guys, I'll have a bigger space to solve it. So, it's a new page. Okay, so I'll just move it here. Now, to solve this, what you need to do first, you can tell, ignore this please, this is just an answer so I could get the correct answers after I answer properly. So you know obviously that all of this can be divisible by 2, but since you have this negative sign, you put negative 2 here first. So then you open a bracket. Oh wait, no, my bad. My fault. There's something else. You need to check if they all have common letters. Here they're given that it's y is common between all of them. Only y. Just copy it down. And then you open your bracket. So 6x squared divided by 6x squared y divided by negative 2y. That's just gonna be 3 x squared, because y and y, and so this y cancels with this y. But so you don't write it down. So moving on, plus 10xy squared. So then you divide 10 by negative 2, which gives you, remove the plus, which will give you negative 5. X stays because we don't have x in the outside factor here, and y squared cancels with y, so you'll just be left with y, because this exponent goes with normal y, minus 2y squared. Okay, so this is what we have right now, but they don't want it in this form. What they want it in, my bad. They want it in the product as a product of two binomials. So what you do, I'll just cross this out so no one knows it. What you do is you divide, you factor it out even more. So 2y. This now you need two numbers that make 3x squared, and two numbers that make negative 2y. Let me just remove this second bracket because it's not really that good. Okay. Now just write down what they gave you. They gave you x here and something x, so just write something x plus y, and the n2 nothing x, just one x basically, minus something y. Now in the exam, just you don't need to do all of this. So obviously if you want to find for 3, it's given here that there's only one x. Here there's 1. So it's gonna be obviously 3 here. Okay, and it's given here that it's 1y. So what other factor would make a negative 2? Since this is positive 1, this is just going to be negative 2y. Now, if you check, this has to add up or into becoming negative 5xy. So you multiply outer with outer, which gives you negative 6xy into positive xy, which is negative 5xy. Ignore whatever this is. Let me just write down a proper way. Okay, so this is your answer. Let me just check if it's correct. Desktop. No, is it not working? Oh, okay, I have multiple tabs open. There we go. So let me just go here. Negative 2, 3x plus y, and 2x minus 2y, negative 2, 3x plus y, and 2x minus 2y. That's correct. Okay. Same concept. Actually, this is a bit easier. Let me just clear a new page. I could have done it in the open board itself, but whatever. This is even easier because just because it's smaller numbers. So just remove the. Can't use the stylus. Remove this. Just pretend like you don't know what it is because it kind of ruins the whole point of me solving. So 6x squared minus 7x minus 20. There's nothing common between any of these, so you don't need to factor out the common factor first. You immediately just use the product of two binomials. So that is the worst parenthesis. I am a terrible mouse drawer, please forgive me. So it's something x minus 5 into something x plus something. So, since you have the 5 given and you want to make negative 20, this is negative 5. So obviously you need a positive 4. Work with what you have given first, then try to solve the unknown. So now you have something x into something x has to make a 6x squared. Now you could try 3x minus 5 and into 2x plus 4. Obviously I know the right answer, which is not this, but for the sake of trial and error, I'll just try it. So for example, now you check. Does this make negative 7x? So this would make 12x. This would make negative 10x. So no, it would not make. It wouldn't make. What do they want? 7x. Negative 7x. So what you do, you remove what you put and just swap the numbers. Which would be 2x minus 5 into 3x plus 4. Now you check it. This is the worst data I've ever drawn. X minus 15x, which does give actually negative. Let me just draw it. Negative x, negative 7x, which which does match the 7x that's here, negative 7x that's here. So this is a right answer. Now back to the desktop to rework. Yes, okay. Let me just try doing it here actually, just in the first place. There's no need to take it to a new page. Let me just hide everything. So, 3 and 10 and 8. This it doesn't have any common factors, so you don't factor out the common factor first. Instead, like last time, you immediately do it as a product of two binomials. Check am I still recording, because it says see that it's paused. Okay, I'm fine. So you check. 3, what number? So it's something W plus something. This works much smoother. Something plus something S into W plus something S. Now, work with what you have given. You have the W here, 1W, so this has to be 3. Okay? Now, you can try 8 and 1, 2 and 4, or 4 and 2. Let me just try 4 and 2, because I actually forgot if it's 2 and 4 or 4 and 2, 2S. This with this will give you 6WS, and this would give 4SW or 4WS, doesn't matter. So this equals 10WS, which does match here, 10WS. So this is the right answer. Let me just hide unhide what's given. Yeah. So 3, 4, and 2. Everything's right. So we clear the desktop now. To question 4. This is much simpler actually, because there's not a lot of work to do here. X squared minus x minus 42. I'll give you a hint that works most of the time. Just check your answer. If your answer is if the middle term is negative, then the bigger term has to be negative. So for here, it's negative 7. See, it's not positive 7 and negative 6. It's negative 7, so the middle term is negative. This works about 90% of the time. I think I've tried 1 or 2 which don't work. Actually, no. This works. This works at grade 9. It works. I'm not sure about grade 10 because like not grade 10 yet. So if the middle term is negative, the bigger term, so the greater term is also negative. Just to make sure, always check your answer. So this would be 6x minus 7x, which would give negative 7, which would give negative x, which is right. So here, same thing, but this it's positive x. So and the negative 30. So there's one negative number and one positive number, because this is negative 30. If it were positive 30 and positive x, it's either two negative numbers, or no, actually it would be positive. Sorry, it would, never mind. Just ignore it. Just focus on these two. If it's a negative number, here, then the sum, the total, the product of the two numbers has to be negative, and this positive means that they add. No, just ignore. خلاص. Too complicated. Greater. So all you need to know, greater term. If it's positive, greater term is positive. If it's negative, greater term negative. Here it's positive, so the greater term is positive. So you try it. So that works, and then you check your answer. You'll get negative 5 and positive 6. Okay. So then for this one, negative value. So and positive here. So this was what I was trying to explain before. If this is negative, that means that they add up to be a negative number. That's how you know if the bigger term is a greater or positive. If the greater term is positive or negative. So because this is a sum, so it's negative. But the third term is positive, so it's two negative numbers, obviously. So without knowing what this is, let me just this is not what I wanted to do. Let me just take this answer, add to new page. So you take this, let me put the color. So x squared minus 12x plus 35. So there's no common factor, so immediately two brackets. So you're gonna have what you're gonna have two numbers that make one x squared, so this is just gonna be x and x. And two numbers that add up to be positive 35. However, they're both negative. So this would be x minus, for example, 5, x minus 7. We'll try this. 7x. Oh, negative 7x, sorry. Negative 5x. This gives negative 12x, which is what we need. So this is what they want. Now, I think x minus 7 and x minus 5 would work. Not sure, since it's I think it's both accepted. Not sure though. Okay. Not what I wanted to do again. X squared plus 11x plus 28. So, positive and positive. The greater term also has to be positive. So x plus 4x plus 7. This is just like the other one with positive numbers. So we can just skip over this one. These are all the same concept, by the way. So x squared plus 13x plus 36. So we'll do, ignore this and ignore this. X plus something into x plus, that looks like a y, to x plus something. Okay. Now two numbers that make 36. You can try 6 and 6. We'll see if that's correct. So this would be 6x plus 6x, which would be 12x, not 13x. So this isn't the correct answer. Now what you can do, write down the factors of 36. So you have 1 and 36. You have 4 and 9. You have 6 and 6, but you can't write the same number twice. So these are the factors of 36. Now, we've tried this one, so this one's crossed out. Let's try 4 and 9. X plus 4 to x plus 9. Just like this positive. So this should be 9x into 4x, which would be 13x. So this is your answer. Just check 4 and 9. Yeah, so just remove everything here. Question 9. X minus 18, x squared minus 18x plus 45. So what you can do here is the same exact thing. So you have this x minus, oh my god, please stop being, because I'm not used to this being so smooth. So you have x and x. Okay. Now you have 45. Write down the products of 45, or you can do it mentally. So just try, for example, negative. So the greater value here has to be. This is one of those tricky questions. Well, in these ones you can try product and sum if you would want to. Product and sum should have been explained to you guys. I'm not gonna re-explain it because it's very long and complicated. So I'll just use it here though. So this is the sum, and this would be the product. Now, what two numbers make add up to be 18, and two numbers negative 18, and two numbers that make positive 45? So 18 and negative 45. You can, there's only, you can try for the sum, you can have, for the try working with the product, because it's generally easier. You have 9 and 5, but this gives 14, which is wrong. You have 15, actually no, this is positive 45, I mixed them up, so this is negative. So this would be negative 15 and negative 3, which would give negative 18. So this is correct. So your answer would be x minus 15 into x minus 3. Or x minus 3 into x minus 15. Just to show you that they do work. Negative 3x into negative 15x. This gives negative 18x. So your answer is still right. Here they use negative 3 and negative 15, but multiplication is commutative, so you can do whatever you want, really. Okay. X. Didn't I just do this? Didn't I just do this? X minus 18, x was 45. Okay, there we go. So I crop you out, or not really, don't need to. X squared plus 16, x minus 36. What two I don't need you. Two numbers that make, let's use the stylus. An instance of open port running. There we go. X minus 18x. So sum of negative 18. I just did this. There we go. Okay. Sum of negative 15x and the product of negative 34x. So negative 15, negative 34. Two numbers that make 34. 13 and negative 13 and negative 2 would not. Divide 34 by 2, you'd get 13. I'll just do long division for this one. This is not how you do long division. So, negative 34 and to 2, for example. 34 divided by 3, 1, 2, 1. So 17. This would be x minus, so this would be x minus 17 to x plus 2. So let me just check, because this should be the right answer. X minus 17 into x plus 2, exactly. See. So I think we're almost done with this quiz. No. 6x minus 17, x plus 12, 6x squared, sorry, minus 17x plus 12. Why am I rewriting you? What you do here, same story really, but except this time you can't use product and sum. So you use trial and error. So they give you something x minus something into something x minus 4. Okay. Now you work with what's given. So you need two numbers that make positive 12 and you have negative 4. What, this is negative 4. This is not negative 4 anymore. So just do it like this. That's not a negative. That's, I forgot how to draw a 4. Please, very sorry. Okay. So negative 4. So what number makes positive 12? That has the term that makes that you are given negative 4. So what completes? So x. Let me just redraw the x. This is minus 4. So you need minus 4 and you need positive 12. So negative into negative make a positive. So we know you have a negative here, and it's given already. So this obviously has to be 3. Now, work with what you don't have given now after you're done with this. So just try 2 and 3. Obviously, this is the right answer because I have it on the top. When you try it, you should get negative 17x. Unless they're wrong, which I doubt because they're barely ever wrong in the math quizzes. Okay. 8x squared plus 14x plus minus 15. So here, what you do, you write down what you have. So here it's pretty much just nothing is given, honestly. X minus something into x, something x, sorry, into something x plus something. So you have really like zero info here. What you can do, by the way, please note, I forgot to tell you this before. The thing where it's the middle term is negative and that means the bigger term is negative, that only works when this is 1. Not, so here it's 8, which won't work. It only works when this is either they showed you 1x squared or just x squared. That's the only time it works. So well, you need two numbers that make 8. So that would be 4 and 2. I'm done with the 4s. I'm done with the 4s. 4x into 2x. Okay. This is a minus. Let me just kind of. Two numbers that make negative 15. You need obviously a negative term and a positive term. So here it's 3 and 5. I mean, I'm just reading off the answer on top. You can, if then you try it. If you get it wrong, switch these two. If that's wrong, then switch the other two. That's just trial and error, basically. On to the next question. Negative 18x squared minus 15x plus 12. Now here, notice you do have a common factor, and that's 3. Well, actually, it's negative 3, since I told you if the start is a negative number, the first term, then then you just put a negative beside the numbers, beside the primary factor. I don't know, the first factor. So then you start. Okay, negative 18x squared divided by negative 3. This would be 6x squared. Okay. Plus, since this is negative, negative and negative cancel. 5x minus 4. So this is something you can actually work with now. Two numbers that make 6 would be 3. Let me just and 2. We'll do x here and x here. Okay. Two numbers that make 4, or yeah, negative 4. So we'll try negative 2 into positive 2, which because I have the answer in front of me, this is all wrong. So I'm not gonna waste my time just trying and trying and trying. In the exam though, you will need to keep trying. There is no like actual formula to get it. You just have to keep trying until you get your middle term, the sum of your two terms to get this. So on to the, we only have 2 questions left. Okay. If I could go back. Oh, I can't back. So 12a squared. So you can notice that these are all divisible by 2, which is the common factor. So however, they don't have all the variables. So this one doesn't have an a, where this one and this one do. So you can't divide it. And likewise, this one doesn't have a b, where the other two do. So you can't put a b in the common factor. So now divide 12 by 2, you get 6a squared plus 11ab minus 14b squared. This would be 7b squared. Now you work with what you have given. So you have something a into something b into something a minus b. So you know you have a b, negative b here. Work with what you have given as always. So this one has to be 7. It's because this one corresponds to the last 2 values, and this one, the primary term, corresponds to these 2 values. Well, in this case, it would be this and this. Okay. Removing this because it's irrelevant. You need now 2 numbers that would give you 6. So this would be 3 and 2. You check 3ab, 3ab into 4. No, wait. This is negative 3ab. Sorry, to 14ab. This gives you 11ab, which is our in this case, it is our middle term. So this is the right answer. Okay, so question 16. Negative 45x cubed into x squared. Okay. Here, they're gonna there's a negative obviously at the start, and you check what all these numbers are divisible by. Obviously, this one's divisible by 2, 3, and 6. This one's divisible by 3, 7, and itself. Obviously, all these numbers are divisible by themselves. and this one's divisible by 5 and 9 and 3 and something. 3 and whatever value. And 15 and 3, sorry, 15 and 3. 3 and 15. So you obviously 3 is a common factor, but since you have the negative at the start, so it's not going to be negative down. So this would be 15. Oh wait, I forgot something. Now, here you have x cubed, x squared, and x. So you can take x as a common factor. Now, if this was x cubed, x squared, and say this was x squared, so this would be 6x squared, y squared, or just 6 in brackets xy squared, irrelevant. As for example, this would be x squared, y squared. You take x squared, so this would be negative 3x squared. You take the lowest exponent that is common between all three of them. So in this case, the lowest exponent for x, which is common between all three of them, is 1, x to the exponent, x to the first power. So you take negative 3x, this is the power of 1, but it's hidden, obviously, because you don't need it. And then you divide. 15x squared plus 21, so this would be 7x y minus 2 x, or x cancels, sorry, so this would be minus 2y squared. Now, you try. There's nothing really to try because you actually have some given. I'll just keep forgetting the x. Okay, so this is something x minus y into something x plus something y. Now, work with what you have given. This is a y here. You have 1y, negative 1y, and they want negative 2y. So this obviously has to be positive 2y. Okay. And now you just try 15. It's 1 and 15 and 5 and 3. Now they're not gonna give you 1 and 15, except if in one question they give you 1 and 7. They're gonna give you the factors that you actually have to like multiply by each other. So it's gonna be 5 and 3. You could try 3 if this would be wrong, which in this case it's not because the answer is here. You know for a fact this is right. So you take this number here and you take this number there. But after trying, of course, you need to try. Okay. So you try this. So this would be 3x. So 10xy into negative 3xy, which would give you positive 7xy, which is right. And I think, yeah. And this is the end of 2.2. I'll do 2.3 now. Good luck. You should see this uploaded by now.